Hi, my name is Liz Hathway, and for the first time ever, I am doing my weekly horoscope in English. Today, Venus enters Cancer. She's been in Gemini for the last weeks, and where Venus in Gemini is very concerned with networking, with making contacts, with, you know, it's a sort of typical, being on a terrace and having a drink sort of energy and chatting with everybody. Venus in Cancer, though, is much more homely, is much more concerned with nurturing what is already known and loved and trusted. And if you look at where Venus is heading during this journey through Cancer, she's going to oppose Pluto, she's going to square Jupiter, she's going to square Uranus. So she's got a bit of a rocky ride ahead of her. So I think Venus in Cancer at this early stage should allow us an opportunity to see where we feel attention might be needed in the weeks ahead, and to start to take care of it, to nurture and to be ahead of events, if you like. What we see this week on Thursday is that the planet Uranus, which is currently sort of blasting its way through the last decan of Aries, Uranus is going to turn retrograde. So this is a bit of a break on Uranus, because when it's moving full blast in Aries, it's a little bit of a wild card, it's a bit of a lone wolf, it's a bit of a rogue in a way. So now it's sort of pulling that energy inwards into ourselves. So maybe looking at what we need to change in ourselves, what direction we want to be moving in later, because Uranus is now moving towards the change of sign. Okay, so this is quite an important retrograde for Uranus. And also what Uranus is doing, it's sort of squaring itself now comfortably, moving into the grand trine, which is going to be really strongly felt around the time of the eclipse in August, when we'll have the Sun, Mars is still in picture, the North Node, Saturn and Uranus all kind of getting into this fiery grand trine, which, if you think of it as a sort of a fire thing, then there's a real, certainly with the Node involved, there is a chance here to burn off stuff, to burn off, the dross, if you like, of the personality, and to find the Godhead or Goddess head or whatever within yourself. So there's a lot of potential here. And as we know from eclipses anyway, I always think of them as like black holes that have an ability to pull events towards them. So altogether with this Venus in Cancer as well, it's an opportunity to think about and focus on and bring about change. On Friday, we have the final Jupiter square Pluto. This is a square that's been going on since November, I believe, last year. And a lot of cases in the last week that have been playing out, certainly in the UK, have come to a head. I thought it was very interesting, for example, that now, with regard to the Grenfell Tower fire, for example, which happened under a Jupiter-Pluto square, the idea of, the council being charged with corporate manslaughter is interesting, because I always think of corporate. Pluto in Capricorn is a great symbol of the corporate world, that unfeeling, powerful, orientated, shall we say, on power, as opposed to the Cancer, which is the opposite sign, which is the home and the care and, the nurturing of the small the small unit in society, which together makes up that whole. So this Jupiter square Pluto has also seen the end of the whole fight between Charlie Gard's parents and Great Ormond Street Hospital. So there's been a lot of tension between the fight for justice on the one hand, which is very much symbolized by Jupiter in Libra, and this being the body of the law, which is the law, but is it necessarily always right? You know, it's a kind of this. I think in our modern world, things are very complex, and the whole idea of right, wrong, black and white is more complex than it perhaps once was. But this Jupiter-Pluto square, anyway, that it's now going to be over on Friday, is going to, you know, clear the board a bit. Although Pluto, of course, stays put, but Jupiter too is now moving forward and will also this year change sign and enter Scorpio. Okay, so a great week. We're in Leo time, Sun in Leo, which is about ourselves, which is about what our hearts desire, if you like, what we feel passionate about. Mars rising before the sun in the morning is also an indication that we can find out who we are in the things that we do. Okay, thank you for listening. My first ever vlog in English. Great.